Friends, how are you? Welcome to this video. I greet you from Riosucio, Caldas, Colombia, in the heart of one of the most emblematic coffee regions in the country. Today, we have the privilege of being here inside the Café Ingramat plant, a place where coffee goes through a fascinating process before reaching our homes. On this journey, we will discover together how the coffee bean transforms from its initial state into the aromatic product we enjoy every morning. From bean selection, roasting, grinding, and packaging to final commercialization. And to guide us on this journey, we are joined by our friend Henry Blandon. He is a worker here at the plant, and he will explain each step of this process to us. So, have you ever wondered how coffee gets from the farm to your table? This video is for you. So join us and don't go anywhere, because what we will see today is truly impressive. Friends, let's discover it together. Welcome to our Ingramat Cave processing plant. Let's go. Friends, welcome to one of the most important parts of the coffee process. We are in the hulling station, the place where dry parchment coffee enters to be transformed into almond coffee, ready for export. How do they achieve this? Well, here they have an incredible machine with selector screens that classify the beans by size, from screen 18 down, and look at this. Friends, in just a few minutes, the coffee loses its husk. This way, it's ready for the next stage. This is the first big step in the long journey that will bring it to our cup.
The machine is in charge of removing the husk from the coffee. We have a mesh that selects the beans by size, 18 in 12, with the latter being the thinnest.
Friends, we've now arrived at the roasting room.
This is the machine where the roasting process takes place, such as the roaster itself.
And this is where the magic happens. Friends, in this machine, with a capacity of 12,500 kilos, the flavor of the coffee is defined ... depending on the roasting. The bean changes in color, aroma, and even intent. You know that a medium roast takes about 15 minutes? But before roasting, the bean's moisture must be measured, because this influences its final flavor. So if you've ever tasted coffee with a more acidic or bitter flavor, the secret may lie in how it was roasted. Crazy! Depending on time and temperature, different roasting levels are obtained, from the mildest to the most intense ... See how the color of the bean changes. Here we already have roasted coffee ... If you could smell it through the screen, you would notice the incredible aroma it has at this point ... Did you know that coffee continues to release gases after roasting? And that's why there is a degassing process before packaging ... Friends, after roasting, coffee needs to stabilize. Here it is quickly cooled to stop the cooking process and preserve its perfect flavor ... If left hot for too long, it could become bitter. Friends, this is where science comes into play. Did you know that coffee has more than 800 aromatic compounds? That's more than wine. And what's really happening in this process is an incredible chemical reaction ... The heat activates the bean's natural sugars and creates those sweet, chocolatey, or fruity flavors we experience when drinking it. And here we are at the next stage of the coffee process. Friends, grinding ... The beans have already lost their moisture and are ready for milling ... This is the grinder, the machine responsible for transforming the roasted bean into ground coffee, ready for preparation ... But here's something interesting. Grinding is key to flavor extraction. A grind that is too fine can make the drink bitter because it over-extracts, while a grind that is too coarse can result in a watery coffee because the water passes through too quickly. There are different types of grinding depending on the brewing method. Each type of grind completely changes the experience in the cup ... And this is the final step. Friends ... Once the coffee is ready, it is sealed in these special packages that help preserve its freshness. And from here, the coffee goes to stores, supermarkets, and even international exports. It smells so good. Delicious.
Well, the actual process processing plant, we handle 3 lines of coffee, each with different presentations. In all 3 lines, we have a large bag that weighs 25 kilos. This presentation is much more profitable for stores that sell the product or for direct consumption. This is the traditional coffee, which costs 70 pesos. The premium coffee costs 90 pesos. And the organic coffee costs 125 pesos. How many kilos are there? 3.5 kilos. In traditional coffee, we offer 4 presentations, a presentation of 125 pesos, which weighs 4,5 grams. The 250 gram presentation costs 8,5 pesos. The pound costs 16 pesos. The large bag, weighing 2.5 kilos, costs 70 pesos. In premium coffee, which is a selected coffee, number 18, with the thickest beans we can find, we have 3 presentations. The 250 gram one costs 12 pesos. The 500 gram one, which is the pound, costs 24 pesos. The large bag, weighing 2.5 kilos, costs 90 pesos.
Now I'm going to introduce you to someone very special. This is Henry, one of the people who makes it possible for this coffee to arrive in our homes. He is a permutator, and he has come here to show us the drying process. So we thank him for his time and for sharing this knowledge with us. Thank you. Henry, how long have you been working in the coffee process?
I have been working at the processing plant for 2.5 years. The plant itself has been operating for approximately 12 years, dedicated to cultivating and processing the finest coffee from the Riosucio area in much of Colombia.
What is the most important and delicate part of the process? The most important part. Actually, every stage of the process is essential. From hulling to roasting and grinding, each one plays a key role in the final quality of the coffee. They are all important and require attention and care. What do you like the most about your job here? What I like the most about my job here is being able to regulate and oversee the transformation of the coffee, interact with people, assist customers, and deliver the product to the homes of the consumers.
We have an organic coffee line, a certified coffee. It is organic and certified from the planting and cultivation process to the final processing stage. We do not use chemical fertilizers or any other type of chemicals. It is a completely natural process. The coffee plantations are completely fresh. They have shady many citrus plants in the crop. Thanks to this harmony in the environment, the coffee acquires its unique characteristics. When they are in tests with organic coffee, we ensure that each meets the highest quality standards before reaching consumers.
If someone wants to place orders nationwide, which number should they call?
A nível nacional podem lamar-nos via WhatsApp 573222791927. And you can also find us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, as Café Engrumar.
Friends, to truly understand the coffee process, you have to start from the raw coffee itself. The coffee pickers harvest the ripe cherries and take them to the pulping station, where the outer skin is removed. Then, the beans go through a drying process under the sun to eliminate the natural honey coating dots. Only after that do the beans arrive here, where the final drying and roasting take place. It's a key process to achieve the aroma and flavor of the coffee we all enjoy. Here, at this stage, coffee begins to transform into what we all know and love. Think about this. Every bean you see here has passed through the hands of a picker under the sun, under the rain, with effort and dedication. Then it was pulped and sun-dried, shedding the honey that covered it as if nature itself were preparing it for its final purpose. Now, in this drying stage, the bean strengthens just like in life. Before we can reach our full potential, we go through trials, through moments of heat and pressure that transform us. Friends, coffee is not born ready to be enjoyed. It needs to go through this process just like us ... So the next time you have a cup of coffee, remember this. Behind this flavor, there is history, effort, and transformation. Because good coffee, like people, is made with time, patience, and fire. Friends, it's amazing to think that these beans, now drying, were recently hanging from a branch, absorbing sunlight and nutrients from the earth. Every cup of coffee is the result of an incredible journey that starts in nature and ends at our table. Friends, this is the magic of coffee. Isn't it, Henry?
Of course it is. The coffee plants are right nearby.
Just behind us are the coffee plants, growing in the fields behind the drying facility. All right, my friends, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, support me with a like and a comment. The purpose of this content is for you watching from other countries to be able to see and understand it. That's why we've added subtitles in several languages: Russian, English, Italian. Because coffee and good stories have no borders. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video, where we'll keep discovering the soul of coffee and the heart of our people.